Trump mobilizes 800 National Guard troops and federalizes the DC police, declaring an emergency despite violent crime being at a 30-year low. Now, that is one of the... This is one of the things that really makes me mad. Is the fact that they're trying to push a narrative of... what do you say? DC, Baltimore, Chicago
and might be one more, but all cities with black mayors. All cities with a lot of positivity going on, with a lot of cities of huge low in crime. Like in Baltimore, where we're from, it's the same thing. I think it's longer than 30 years actually, but we had the least amount of homicides to this point in a long
time. But
decades.
They're trying to push this narrative that we are uncivilized. It's just, we're chaotic. There's just so much violence going on. Trying to give it basically a justification for being able to put more enforcement into areas to get whatever they're trying to get done. Even when the numbers show that we're at an all-time low. You know what I'm saying? Because who's one of those people who always like to try to use Ben Shapiro and all those guys? I hate these.
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, using the numbers, but they know the numbers don't lie, but they, without context.
In a disingenuous way.
In a disingenuous way, exactly. I hate that type of thing. But
it's like certain people in this country will always fall for the narrative of like, oh, Chicago's dangerous, or this city's dangerous, or this city's dangerous. Every city's dangerous in a way, but if you look at the real numbers, the crime rate nationwide, we said this before, is going down across the board. Only in the worst areas you'll find yourself in would you be like susceptible to crime. And then DC especially, we've been to DC so many times. DC has rough spots, but DC by and large is very affluent. It's nice, big homes. People are wealthy there.
So I'm gonna play not devil's advocate, but I want to play on the other side. Like I told you before we got on the show. Some people from DC are like, hey, if you're not from DC, don't talk about DC. Basically saying that it's rough out there. Like you said,
every spot is rough.
We're not, what's it called? Reducing, you know, the actuality of what actually goes on in those situations.
Nothing to brag about, by the way.
Not anything to brag about at all. But yeah, they're trying to be like, you don't know, it's tough, rough out here, I
think the main driving force for this is less violent crime, more homelessness. I think this is more so the police and step on the homeless population, which is, you know, already a dark thing because you already have gutted the shelters and the FEMA and all that stuff that can help these people, and now you're gonna police them and criminalize them essentially and push them into the system where they'll probably be making a profit.
So my question is I don't know if you know. Let me ask first. What is our video talking about today? Do you remember exactly what it was talking about?
Just breaking down. It's just an overview of it. It's from BBC News.
Okay, so my
British Broadcast Channel News.
Not the other BBC.
Ooh, no.
Better black community.
Ain't no videos BBC gonna be on here, man.
Better black community, bro.
We get the end with OnlyFans going. Maybe.
Tight. But no, supposedly they have this the homelessness thing. They're saying they're setting up a program where all the homeless people can go in and they can choose to live in this homeless shelter and do whatever. And if they don't, then they gotta find somewhere to go. If not, they'll get fined. And if they don't pay the fine, they'll go and be imprisoned.
So what happens when...
Yeah, go ahead. There's a bunch of questions to talk about this.
So what happens when the shelter that they want to send them to is either too far away, they can't get to it in time, or it's full already because there's only one that you named. What if they were in the shelter before, but because of funding, it got closed down? What about the soup kitchens you closed down and stuff? What about like the fact that they're homeless, so they can't pay a fine anyway? So you're basically giving them a free ticket to jail.
Now, see, here's the thing: when a regular person hears, we're going to open up these shelters for the homeless that they can go to, right? Not knowing any of the other context that you had. The first thing, oh, this is great. But now knowing that there's only a limited amount of shelter, and then don't forget, these people are already homeless, probably don't have enough money to pay the fines that they're going to be fining.
Or enough money to get themselves to the shelter.
To the
bus
shelter.
Fare or a cab or whatever else.
And then they're going to be giving, he said he's going to increase the fine, not just give them a fine. The fine's going to be doubled and increased because they're saying, oh, we gave you a chance. So now they're basically setting them up so they end up in prison to go into these
And you have homeless families, you have people who are homeless and it's a couple, you have people who are homeless and it's a parent and a child or someone and their pet, so many other things that go into this, and it's like a really, 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 it's like a catch-22.
Yeah.
It's very similar to like when you free the slaves, then you make loitering a crime.
Yeah.
What else is somebody with no job or anything going to do but loiter?
But that's what I'm saying. But they'll be like, that's the thing that I hate. They'll be like, oh, then they deserved it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's a criminal. Put him in there. We gave him a chance. No, you really didn't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You barely gave them a chance.
I would argue that most people in this country view homeless people as either drug addicts or criminals already, and they already assume that they're homeless because of their own doing or in some way, which most of the time we know that ain't really the case. Most homeless people are just like foster kids that they had nowhere to go when they turn 18, really. Or they're drug addicts, or they lost their job, or whatever else.
But why do they think that?
That's what the media wants you to think.
But do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So then when they do something like this and they put them in jail.
Oh, they give them a chance to, you know.
But then when they put them in jail, it's like, oh, they were already, we tried to give them a chance, you know. But they're all just criminals. They're all just this. They're all just that. They're all drug addicts. So they deserve to be in there. We tried to give you, like, they're so, I don't even know the word. It's just, I hate that thing. I hate that because they try to do it to black people too.
That's come on now, we know what's going on.
I know we hate it, but I just, oh my goodness, that thing, it hurts.
DC is called Chocolate City for a reason, right? We know what's going on, man. It's homeless people and it's our people, and also more undocumented people probably get punished by this as well. Yeah, I'll play the video for y'all just to have a breakdown in case you're not aware.
Yeah, because I need a little break.
U.S. President Donald Trump has deployed 800 National Guard troops to Washington, D.C. to crack down on crime and homelessness. He also demanded that homeless people move out of Washington immediately and put the D.C. police under federal control. Trump said this earlier before declaring a public safety emergency in the nation's capital.
It's becoming a situation of complete and total lawlessness. Caravans of mass youth rampage through city streets.
The city's mayor...
Nigga, it's not Mad Max. No, they aren't. No caravans rampaging through the streets. What are you talking about right now?
Right.
Muriel Bowser has rejected the president's claims about crime, and while there was a spike in 2023, statistics show that it has fallen since then. Violent crime in the city is also at a 30-year low. D.C. Attorney General Brian Schwab has also called the administration's actions unprecedented, unnecessary, and unlawful. So, what's next? The president must notify Congress within 2 days if he plans to take control of DC's police, but he can only keep control for up to 30 days under local law.
Well, up to 30 days under law, is what she was going to say.
Yeah.
This is also how I found out that DC's mayor is a black woman. I didn't know that. Did not know.
I didn't know that either.
I knew they had a black mayor because I've heard that before. They know it's a black woman. That's pretty cool.
I didn't know that either.
But 800 troops is no small amount. And then also federalizing the police, which is kind of, from what I interpret it as, it's kind of bringing the police to the level of the National Guard.
So that's what that federalizes the police.
They're going to be backed by the government directly now, which they already are, but in a way that's more sense, you know. So you're in D.C. now with the National Guard already there. Their police, the D.C. police. I don't know. I mean, they're already well equipped. You know what I'm saying? If you've ever been down there, or they always equipped. They always have the new Durangos or the new Explorers, the new Chargers. They have everything they need to do their job. You already know. They always flying by going to get somebody. So that's crazy. They're getting even more of a boost to effectively criminalize people who aren't criminals to begin with. They're homeless. They're vulnerable people. Trump said they should move out immediately.
So my question is, what do you think is the bigger picture here? Why do you think that he is enforcing this?
As some of y'all may know or may not know, when you do stuff like this, where you increase the police force drastically, or you increase their budget drastically, crime rarely goes down by a marginal amount. It's a very small amount normally. Normally, areas that are already bad stay bad. You just see police more, so there's more arrests. But nothing really changes. Crime doesn't go down. And in fact, it might go up sometimes because there's more agitation, more distrust, more sort of like harmful things going on, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know the way to stop crime is to invest in the areas where crime is and give people opportunities to do other things.
Exactly.
But that's in the hill there. Yeah. I think his main goal here is a few things. Is to kind of push the buttons of what he can get away with. Because if he can mobilize them here for no real reason, he can do it anywhere else.
Anywhere.
Because when you have stuff like the riots in LA, it makes sense. Okay, it's a riot. Okay, the average person can kind of buy that you need the National Guard there. But if you can twist the narrative to say this place is lawless, it's horrible, it's the caravans of youth, like it's Clockwork Orange or something like that, destroying the city, then it's like you can convince the American public that their rights can be alienated as well in their cities.
So I don't know if you seen this Cypher's post. Did you see this one? He said, don't fall for it. The DC, I'm going to throw it up on the screen.
Yeah.
Don't fall for it. The DC crackdown isn't temporary. It's the first test of a federal police grid where your city can be locked in under an hour. How do you feel about that?
I agree, 1,000%.
Yeah.
And the part about the vote, we erased, that's also a thing that's happening. As we've seen them openly talk about I'm going to rewrite the maps and redraw the lines.
Can you explain the maps are erasing your vote? Like, so, I understand, but for like the people,
redlining, gerrymandering, right? Politicians will do this thing where they'll realign districts in their city or their state to better support their platforms. So, let's say if this side of Baltimore County is more right-leaning or something like that, they'll probably do things to manipulate the lines to where it'll extend farther. Let's say instead of just going from Liberty Road to Security, they also include the top part of Park Heights where it's also right-wing and like that, and they'll restructure it to where they get more power on their side and it hurts the other side.
Yeah,
it's a simplified way of breaking it down, but a lot of it is racially motivated or financially motivated. Richer areas have more power normally in elections, in cities, states, counties, all that stuff. So we've seen them talk about openly, we're gonna rewrite the whole thing and punish, the people we don't like. Even on the other side, the California Governor Newsom, he's openly saying, "No, you're not. I'm gonna write it in a way that helps my side, the left side." So it's been, but it's been another thing forever.
Yeah. So I know this isn't really part of the topic list for today for our, what we're talking about, but isn't he increasing the ICE troops in DC also?
I think that's what goes with this. I think since they're already there, but they got a huge boost in their budget with the Big Beautiful Bill. They got a huge boost, like billions. They have more money than the Marines now.
For real?
Yes, I believe their budget's more than Marines. Yes.
Are you serious? Like for real? Dang, that's insane.
Yeah. So, it's definitely a test in the waters to see, will y'all allow me to use the military to step on you? And that's what people have been allowing him to do for a while, and now we're seeing it in action. He knows it's overblown, the crime problem.
Yeah, he knows this.
And I bet if the mayor was somebody he respected, that wasn't a woman or a black person, I think that he would probably step back.
You think that's what it is?
I think that's a big part of it, yeah.
I don't think it's that either. I think this is, like we said.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
You're good.
The irony of all this stuff, right, is that conservatives preach constantly small government, small government, small government, small government. Let state society want to do. And nothing but this whole presidency has been the government overstepping on states and cities.
But that's basically what I was getting at. I think this whole presidency is a test to see what they can get away with, what the boundaries that they can push, and just see what they can get away with. And we're letting them get away with a lot of this stuff.
I hate it because we've seen so many movies and shows.
We've seen all of them.
Cartoons and everything that have showed y'all that when your government does certain things, you need to step in and stop them, at least with your vote or at least with your protesting. But still, we still have fallen to this trap of like 1984, Fahrenheit 451, the Wolf Brigade, anime, so many other things. It's like Star Wars. Like, it's like, what do you need to see?
No, you're right. We've seen it everywhere for years, and we're still letting it happen right now. Yeah. It's been warning us.
We already lived in a police state, let's be honest. But now it's like openly in your face. This is a state-run, I don't want to say Gestapo, but that's basically what it is. It's an SS sort of like model of how they run the police. Yeah. But now it's like open in your face, like the National Guard has been used as a tool to oppress, which is the last thing it's meant to be used for. It's meant to be for defense, right? The guard nation, That's
what I'm saying. So our question for the audience is, do you think this is about safety or an actual display of power? This is for the audience. Leave your question.
I know what we think, so.
You know what we think. We already told you. But let us know what you think down in the comments, man. Final thoughts. Sometimes the loudest alarm is pulled for the smallest fire.
I like that.
The light.